Our mission statement here at Riverbank Zoo and Garden can best be abbreviated into kind of three pillars. Our first is that we create connections. Our second is we inspire actions. And our third, and my most important one, is we impact conservation. And when we can pull off doing all three in every single thing that we do, that's when we've accomplished our mission. I've always known I wanted to be involved with conservation of wildlife. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always loved animals and connecting with nature. And it just happened that I'm most connected with animals in a zoo setting. I originally grew up in Minnesota, so I didn't have the wilds of Africa in my backyard, and I couldn't go to the Atlantic coastline, say, like we can here in South Carolina. So I connected with animals in a zoo. And by doing that, I've been able to really broaden my reach and work with an amazing organization like Riverbank Zoo and Garden to make an even bigger impact for conservation. Here at Riverbank Zoo and Garden, we have hundreds of conservation programs that really are all-reaching. I mean, they are on all 7 continents with all sorts of animals and plants that you can imagine. But two of our most forward-facing ones that guests really get to kind of see our impact firsthand are with 2 of our marine species. Here, right on grounds at Riverbanks, we actually have 3 individuals that are rescue rehab California sea lions, and they actually came to us because they were no longer able to survive and thrive on their own out in the wilds in the Pacific Ocean. So our impact on that sense is not only are we able to provide them a secure, permanent home here in Columbia, South Carolina, of all places, but we're actually able to then educate others about the impacts that we actually have on that species. For example, those sea lions, unfortunately, were stranded years ago on that coastline, and one of the main causes was lack of available fish. Their mothers were no longer able to feed them properly, and they actually abandoned them on the beaches. Thankfully, scientists stepped in, rehabilitated them, and released them back out into the ocean. But unfortunately, a couple of those individuals ended up re-stranding themselves a second time. Because of that lack of fish availability with our changing climates in our Pacific Ocean, we then had to step in and be a permanent home for those individuals. We are most wanting to focus on, I suppose, here in the coming years is really creating more local ties. How can we best engage with our local community? Obviously, folks think of riverbanks and they think of animals all around the globe, whether it's Australia, Africa, Asia, but we really want to create a connection where we can create those lasting impacts right here in South Carolina and create partnerships that really impact healthy habitats in our region. We're a really unique zoo and garden in the sense that we're pretty large. We pull in well over 1 million visitors, which is drastically more residents than we have here in the Columbia area. So the fact that we're able to reach that many people, not just here in the city, but all over the state and the region of the Southeast, is a pretty big deal. So for me to be able, in my role, even increase that reach and that communication, whether it's on social media or with a press release, say with a local news station, that really allows us to create even more connection.